education remains an important tool. Education has been an important tool in shaping society, right from the hunting and the food-gathering societies until to what we call the modern society today. But the question is, at this time, how effective is the education that we are having in creating better communities? Because we must be very sure that at this time, when we are having a worsening quality of life, then we must be able to improve our education system. But I want to talk about the fate of university education in Africa. University education remains key in shaping society because we know that it's where millions of young men and women are sent out into the world of work. But the question is, how good are the young men and women being sent out at addressing the questions and the concerns of the community? We need to look at education from its etymological interpretation, and from this, we see that education is coming from a Greek word, from a Latin word, educere, and this means to bringing out the highest excellence of man. Now, does the education that we have bring out the highest excellency of man? It remains a very big question, because we know very well that in a society today, we are having few of the learned people. We need to see how we have more young people who are having Africa at heart. I'll relate this to the UNESCO definition of education that was made in the 1974 UNESCO conference in Paris, that defined education as the entire process of the social life where the individual is helped to develop their personal capabilities, attitudes, and aptitudes in the context of the national and the international community. The question is, are the young people who are being released through the university system having their personal capabilities, attitudes, and aptitudes developed? It remains a big question. And this becomes a concern for everybody who is planning to go to school, who is going to school, or who is educating somewhere. We need to make sure that the people we are having in the education system are having their personal capabilities shaped in the context of the personhood and the community. And this is paramount. However, you realize that today the people are not portraying what we expect from education. What we must understand is that today, actually, if I'm to contrast with the school to worker transition survey that was carried out in 2015, it revealed that out of the people who were interviewed, 37.4% revealed that their motivation for education was to make lots of money. Only 10.1% acknowledged that they needed education to improve their communities. And if we are having the biggest percentage of people being educated to make lots of money, we shall never overcome voices like a corruption that are eating up Africa. Because however much somebody becomes a doctor today, as long as their interest was to make lots of money, they are the people you will find mismanaging the drugs that are in the government hospitals. If they are these people in public service, but their motivation was to make lots of money, those are the people you will get into embezzlement of public resources. But if we are having a generation where people are developing their aspirations in the context of the community, then we shall be building a better Africa. And this is an invitation to all the young people that we must shape our aspirations with the aspirations of our communities. Because we appreciate that, yes, university education is very expensive, whether in Makerere University or University of Nairobi or University of Juba or Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, all the other universities. And usually the tendency is that when someone goes out of university, they want to pay back so immediately the money that they so much spent in education. But there is a better way to see the value for your money. The only way and the best way to see the value for your money is that while at university, spend your time in building yourself, building your character, building your network, building a brand for yourself. As long as you spend your time building a brand for yourself, be very sure when you will go out, you will be able to create an impact in the community. Yet at the same time, you will be paid off for your contribution, because education should help you to be innovative, should help you to be dialogical, should help you to render solutions to challenges within the community at all odds. And this is very, very important. Otherwise, if we are not taking a personal effort in seeing that education shapes the individual, it will really tally with the findings of the 2011 and the 2012 survey that was titled the National Labor Force and Children Activities Survey that was released in 2013 by the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, that revealed that those who had not had any education, the unemployment rate was at 1. Those who had stopped at primary, the unemployment rate was at 1.2. Look at the drama. Those who dropped out at secondary, the unemployment rate was found to be at 4.1. And those who had gone past secondary and gone into vocational schools and tertiary institutions, the unemployment rate turned out to be at 4.7. And look at the catastrophe. Those who had degrees and above, the unemployment rate was found to be at 11.8. This is ironical. You know, lower level social studies usually taught us that it had a general rule that the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. However, this defeats logic. This defeats the interpretation that the more you go higher in education, the higher the chances of being unemployed. And it's why somebody should take an effort in developing their capabilities so that when they are out of the university, they are able to see the value of their money because they are responding to the needs and the challenges of their community. This is an invitation if we are to build a better Africa, if we are to build better communities. And so I invite all people who are planning to support others in education, who are planning to attend university education, to take a personal effort. Thank you.